coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Houston Texans. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Now the return, Rashad Green. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Coming off a career-high 388 yards last week, Blake Bortles bringing out the Jags. He also threw 2 touchdowns in that win for the Jags over the Jets, Charles. So pretty good week for Mr. Bortles.
Yeah, what does his teammate Jalen Ramsey call it? Playoff Blake. When they get playoff Blake performing, they're awfully tough to beat because of their defense. Jags are now 3-1 for the first time since 2007. The only concern is they go on the road to take on Kansas City next week. Leonard Fournette, their star running back, had 11 carries for 30 yards against the Jets, but he retweaked his hamstring. We'll see if he's available next week.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Green 80. Green 80.
Here's Leonard Fournette, 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And for this offensive unit that we'll see here in just a second, T.J. Yeldon is certainly someone to mention.
Came out of Alabama with a lot of attention, but earned it. This guy is better and better at a lighter weight. Shifty back who can finish with power.
Here we go. Green 80. Green 80.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Green 80.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Green 80. Green 80.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Green 80.
Now a 1st carry for T.J. Yeldon. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
Green 80. Green 80.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Back deep for the Texans is Tyler Ervin. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the second-year man out of Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
What a start to his NFL career as a rookie. 19 touchdown passes in just 6 starts. That was more touchdowns than Joe Flacco, Tyrod Taylor, or Marcus Mariota. And Houston went 1-8 after losing him, which lent credence to many people saying he should have been the Rookie of the Year based on his play and how Houston did without him.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Back 22. Back 22.
To throw on second is Watson. And his pass incomplete. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
Come up the lowest yards per carry average of his career is Lamar Miller at 3.7, and that's not normal for him because of his versatility. Can catch it out of the backfield, but his best attribute, high-volume ball carrier. Runs it inside with power, physicality, and some really good vision in order to break some big runs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Green 80.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach would always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Let's go.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Green 80. Green 80.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taken in at the 11. And the Texans set to come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Green 39. Green 39.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
I want to highlight Telvin Smith, only the 3rd linebacker in Jacksonville Jaguar history to make a Pro Bowl, but not for that reason. When he came out of Florida State with his build, many were projecting him as a safety in the NFL. Around 215 pounds. He's got a little bit bigger, but his ability to run and hit and make plays has made him one of the most valuable linebackers in the NFL. They made the right choice leaving him at that spot.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Hey, blue 80. Blue 80.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And a big no-no last time. A safety to make this score 2-0 where we stand now. So see if they can atone for that mistake.
You give up points, but on the flip side, the positive side, after you punted the ball away or kicked it away,
defense held.
Defense held for you. So there's a little bit of relief there. Now they know they can get back out on the field, run their offense, and try not to put their defense in a bad spot again.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Green 80. Green 80.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Green 80.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And, boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
No one ran the ball more than the Jaguars in 2017, and we could very well see another carry here on third and short. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Down. Who waiting?
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run it. This is Irvin. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Did your high school have that same push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter whether we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and boy, they created a nice play for themselves. Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Green the line! Green the line!
From the gun, here's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Green to bring it back. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Green 80! Green 80!
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Fulfilling his immense promise now is Jadeveon Clowney, who had 9.5 sacks in 2017, the most in his 4-year career, and he's added consistency to his game. Back-to-back seasons he's gone to the Pro Bowl, and they use him at defensive end, outside linebacker, stand him up almost like an inside linebacker to rush the passer. He is hard to stop when he gets ahead of steam going.
Green 80!
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Green 80! Green 80!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Green 80. Green 80.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the 1st quarter. It's a close game here early on. More from Jacksonville after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Green 80. Green 80.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Green 80.
Here's a give to Fournette. Room here to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Set. Green 80.
A handoff to Fournette. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? You not only need to eat up the double team,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. They begin with a run by Miller. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw to the right side, complete to Miller. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 72 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make... So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
380.
Now Leonard Fournette. And some space here. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now.
First thrown out for the backup Kessler. And he's going to go down again. Zach Cunningham in there to drop him. And back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And a look now at Lamar Miller. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the guns. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
To throw on 2nd down. Watson throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Watson now, operating from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Running left, it's Fournette. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
A first throw for the backup Kessler. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Kessler. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Now here's Alfred Blue getting set to go again on offense. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw is Watson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And a catch made by Hopkins. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And some room to work. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So he nearly took it. The distance gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run. This is Blue. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Alfred Blue taking it in. And the Texans will extend their lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cody Kessler trotting back onto the field. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now. 2nd quarter, you're losing. You're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, he'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. Fournette on the counter, fights him off, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Kessler on 2nd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They stare up now at a 3rd and long. Kessler and company needing something big after the sack.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Kessler. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got Fuller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Completion left side to Miller. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
The Texans send the punter out. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Cody Kessler trotting back onto the field. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers. And, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
We'll see if he can do just that. Kessler. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun, Kessler. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half #1. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver. 3rd down here.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd and long, it's Kessler. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at the 43. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Down.
Out of the gun, Watson. Smith catches left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Green the line! Green the line!
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Green the line! Green the line!
The final shot before the break. Watson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
In our game is Deshaun Watson, showing no ill effects from that knee injury that knocked him out last year. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield.
Green 80. Green is all
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Green 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Bortles to the former Colt Moncrief for a Jaguar first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Green 80.
They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This is Fournette, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Let's go, let's go. Green 80.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Green 80.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And Lambo will put this one through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
So that one will be accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And his throw here is incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's Griffin. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 46. A handoff, Fournette running left. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Fournette. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
380.
From midfield, here's Bortles. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now it's Watson. That's caught by the rookie from UCF, Jordan Akins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Watson, and that's incomplete. There was the free safety to Sean Gibson, who was able to range over and knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. After the penalty, it's Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. From the gun, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Green 80.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Green 80. Green 80.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Shotgun now for Bortles. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Green 80.
On third down, Fournette. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10.
Hey,
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it. I
don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
To throw, it's Bortles. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Down. Green, down.
Watson now to throw. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Griffin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, blue 80. Blue 80. Hey.
from the red zone now. Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. 5 plays there on that drive. And Lamar Miller caps it off with a touchdown run. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Green to bring it back. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Green 80. Green 80.
From the gun, it's Bortles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Green 80. Green 80.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Green 80. Green 80.
Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Green 80. Green 80.
Now Bortles again. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Bortles now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
Set. Green 80.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Set. Green 80.
Again, it's Bortles. And his throw is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Green 80.
Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Green 80. Green 80.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
False start. Offense.
Now, 4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap first down. Now, you still won't get a first down even if you do exactly the same thing.
Green 80. Green 80.
Now Bortles got to have this one. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done as you noted, and they did.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Green 80. Green 80.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And now it's second down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Bortles to throw once more. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
False start, offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go with a big back. Yeldon going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a handoff to Miller. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Miller. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Jaguars getting set to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon, and he'll power his way up near the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Green 80. Green 80.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Green 80.
Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Green 80.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And here comes the Texans now. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Watson hands this to Foreman, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, That allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now second and 7 from the 23.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles to throw on second down. Incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Bortles now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
Green 80. Green 80.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed a push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's Foreman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Tashawn Gibson there on the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now Foreman. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. This one from 35 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out come the Jags. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Bortles gives to Yeldon on the draw. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Tight right. Set. Green 80.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.